So it all started when I was 19. I landed my first job which paid a vehicle allowance, and first thing I thought of going for was a sports car. I invested in a Starlet GT. It's been 2.5 years now, and I've come a long way. Hi everybody, I'm Sajid and I drive a Starlet GT, better known as the Ghost, and this is my story of Build, Drive, Inspire. So I was really happy I got my hands on a turbocharged car, and it was a totally new experience, and given the power which was at my disposal at the time, I thought that this was it and I didn't have to do anything more to the car. But as time went by, I started to feel there was a lot more room for improvement, and the car had a lot more potential, and that is when it all started. So when I first got my hands on the car, setup wise it was pretty much the stock setup, but a lot of room for improvement. My performance upgrade journey started with a simple boost controller. Started off and I made my first mistake both at the same time. I ended up buying a reconditioned boost controller which sort of died out on me within the first month, and with that it killed my turbo at the same time. At that point in time I was in a bit of a financial fix and I really didn't see this expenditure coming. I was pretty much in a financial crisis situation for the next 3 months. Buying a reconditioned boost controller, which was a really bad call because it died out on me on the first month itself. Did a bit of research, spoke to a couple of seniors who've been there and been through the same problems, and they said, why not go big, take this as an opportunity, go for more power. I thought so, I'm already in a pretty bad state, so might as well go all out, and I decided to go ahead with the TDO4 setup, which needed a lot of work. I had to change the headers, I had to upgrade on the fuel management, boost control. It was a really tough phase to go through, but at the end of it all, I think it was all worth it. To most of us, our car is an extension of ourselves, and we love to be creative. We have our vinyls and artworks and logos all over the car. But one person I would dedicate most of this work to would be my wife, for all the patience and support she gave. And so I had the privilege of her placing her autograph on the car. That's the least I could do to make her a part of this whole build. My car is currently putting out in a ballpark figure of around 220 to 230 horsepower on a setup of around 900 kilos. In terms of engine, I'm still running the 1.3 stock block with stock pistons, but I'm running a TDO4 turbocharger with aftermarket headers and Vapor intake and exhaust. In terms of engine management, I'm running a Link standalone ECU backed up with an Apexi AVCR. Also, to make things a bit steadier, I'm using a Jasma torque damper and limited slip differential. In terms of suspension, I'm running aftermarket sport suspension with front and rear struts, an engine torque damper. In terms of fuel management, I recently invested in a Link standalone ECU, which makes a world of difference in the car. In terms of interior, I haven't actually done much because I focus more on the engine and the performance aspect of the car. I spent on the basics. Basically, I got a Momo leather shift knob and Sparko pedals. So, they give an overall better feel and driving pleasure. Once I'm done with this car, I have a lot of other crazy ideas, like getting a tiny little Mini and, putting a crazy engine into it and, see what happens. This motivation is not motivation where, you would find it in just any hobby, because this is something which will push you to go for something big. And automatically with that, you find yourself as a person developing into something more, because as your car improves, I feel over time even I've improved in whatever little way possible. Throughout my builds and my projects, there are so many people who've supported me and who've been there with me in all these difficult times, and the list.
Stay tuned to our next episode of Limitless Auto Show. Click the button below and subscribe to our channel. Leave us a thumbs up, send us your comments, like us on Facebook, and share this video with your friends to support us.